Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I'm just getting dinner ready for tonight. I pulled out my quick cooker, which is the Pampered Chef version of an Instant Pot. For those of you that don't have an Instant Pot, it's a pressure cooker, and it's the best way to make dinner super quick. You can take frozen chicken out of your freezer, stick it in the Instant Pot in the quick cooker, and it'll cook up for you in like less than 30 minutes. So I often resort to this when I don't have a lot of time. Tonight I'm making Instant Pot spaghetti with sauce. And our quick cooker has a whole bunch of settings. Let me see if I can kind of show it to you. This is the front of it. And it sears. Right now I'm searing some meat. So it sears. It steams, it slow cooks, it proofs bread. There's a chicken setting, a beef setting, a fish setting, a soup setting, a dessert setting, a stew setting, a bean setting, white rice, brown rice, and whole grains. I honestly haven't used most of the settings. I just kind of go for the basic. I pull out a recipe and just kind of do what it says. I don't get super creative with it. But let me show you what I'm doing. Right now I'm on sear, and I'm using our Mix and Chop, which is this pinwheel shaped tool, and this is great for chopping up your ground beef, ground chicken, ground turkey. I've used it for what else have I used it for? I've used it for when I make applesauce. It's good for breaking up the applesauce. You can find other uses for it, but it's a really perfect ground beef breaker upper, because it really breaks it up to where everything is super even and uniform, and you don't have like chunks. You don't have to use a fork. You don't have to, because it's a round shape, it gets into all the corners of the pot. I'm just going to throw in the seasoning. There's salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and Italian seasoning. These are our 1 cup prep bowls. So they have measure markings inside for when you want to measure things that are 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, but I like to use them for measuring things out and just have it ready on my counter. These also come with lids, so they're good little storage containers also. So anyway, there goes the seasoning. And I'm just gonna mash it around until the meat is a little bit brown. It's still a tiny bit pink, but I don't know if you can see how nicely chopped up the meat is getting. This, by the way, is our microwave grips. These are great for taking little plates and bowls out of the microwave when the plate gets super hot and it's kind of hard to handle. These come in a set of 2. This is the old color. They come in gray now, but they're great for lifting things in and out of the microwave, and found out that they are perfect for holding this inner pot in place when you're sauteing meat or whatever you're doing in here before you lock the lid and close it. So this is almost done. Let's see. There we go. It's like pretty brown. So that, the other thing I love about this quick cooker is that it's all done in the same pot. So I don't have to first brown my meat and then transfer to another pot. Everything is, cooked in the same pot. So it's one pot cooking and obviously one pot cleanup. So there's that. Let me just drain some of the liquid off. Hang on a second. I'm just going over to my sink. And we'll try to get a little bit of the liquid off without losing the meat. I didn't think ahead and take a lid out, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, so that's done. Now, the next thing I have to do, you're not going to believe how easy this recipe is. The next thing I have to do, let's see, I just got to refer to the recipe for a minute. Cut the meat, seasoning, salt, break the spaghetti in half and place on top of the meat. So I'm taking a box of spaghetti. I think it's the whole box. Let me see. 1 pound of spaghetti. So let me turn this off because we're done searing. I'm going to take the spaghetti raw and I'm going to break them into half. I'm going to use the whole pound, and I'm just going to lay it on top of the meat here. This is the fastest recipe, I'm telling you, and it's super yummy. Make a salad. You can get a pre-made salad, some garlic bread, or plain Italian bread. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to add a jar of sauce. Hang on one second, because I want to get my jar opener. This is our jar opener. So if you ever have difficulty opening jars like I do, this is an awesome tool. You just put it over the jar, any size, you know, it's got this shape so it can fit over any jar. Put it over and turn it, and it comes right off. It comes with screws. I think you can like hook it under your cabinet or on the wall or something like that. But I just shove it in the drawer. I just find it easier that way. So I'm gonna pour the sauce on top. And then I think I have to put a jar and half of diced tomato and water. I have to put 36 ounces of water, which is 1.5 jars. So I'm going to fill this with water. And there's 1 jar. And I'm just going to do the half. So you can see what's going on here. Just going to do the half. So there goes that. And the last thing I want to show you is, hang on one second, is our can opener. Pampered Chef is really famous for their can opener. It looks a little different than a regular can opener. It takes the lid off without any sharp edges. So if you're kind of wondering how that works, you basically just place this over the can, kind of to where it stops. You start to turn, so it'll grab it, and you turn it until you feel the resistance lower, which right there, and then you go in reverse. It's got these little pinchers here. I don't know if you can see. So you grab the lid with your pinchers. Now this can, there we go. There's the lid. All the sharp is in here. And this is not sharp. This is not, I don't know, this is the can without the metal. I'm gonna pour this over the top. And guys, that's it. I'm just going to tamp everything down so that my spaghetti is fully covered in the liquid and the sauce, like that. And I'm going to put the lid on. And one thing I want to show you about our pressure cooker. Hang on a second. Okay, so there, it's locked into place. You want to make sure that this is flush with the top. The great thing about ours is that what scares people the most about a pressure cooker is when it's time to release the steam. And a lot of them, you turn a dial and the steam kind of comes out right by your hands. But with ours, you push this button and the steam goes that way. So I've never ever been afraid that my quick cooker is gonna burn my hands, which is what makes a lot of people afraid. So I'm gonna set this to 8 minutes. It usually takes a few minutes to go to pressure. We have like a little button here that it'll come up when it's under pressure. And then after the 8, so it'll take a few minutes to come up to pressure, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then it cooks for 8 minutes. And then when it's done cooking, I'm just gonna push this button, release the steam, stir everything inside, and it's gonna all be ready. What's great about this is there's no stirring of the pot, there's no draining water, there's no making sure nothing burns. You lock it and you walk away. So if I had been working all day, which I didn't today, but if I had been at work all day, this is something I could quickly throw in here. Then I could go change my clothes. I could empty the dishwasher. I could, you know, put clothes in the laundry. Like I could do other things while this is doing its job. And when it's all done, I have the one inner pot there to clean, and that's it. I don't have a colander. I don't have a pot. I don't have anything I had to put in the oven. It's all done in here. So I love the quick cooker. If you guys don't have a pressure cooker, I'm going to be showing some more on the party page about it. But if you have any questions, just please let me know. Okay? Hope everybody has a good evening.